It's phenomenal, it's beautiful to look at, and now that I'm looking at the images that I'm seeing here, it is stunning. Really, really, really stunning. Hello and welcome to the next episode of my photography vlog, and today you join me as I continue on my adventure in North Wales, and I'm in Snowdonia right now, and I am at the Ogwen Valley, and I've come to a location that I've been looking at online for quite a long period of time, and one of the most recent that I did see was a great video by a phenomenal photographer, and he's a great YouTuber as well. His name is Mads Peter Iversen, and he's Danish, and he goes to quite a lot of places, and last year he did a tour of Britain. It was a fantastic series. It was really, really interesting, and he had great energy in his episodes. So I was really excited to be able to come here. I was really excited to be able to witness what I saw on his video, and I'll link to that actually here. But it was really, really good, really, really inspiring, and now that I'm here I can see the beauty that he described when he was here on that day. Like when Mads was here, he didn't really have the great weather, but I'm quite lucky right now. You can see the sun is coming out behind me here. It's lighting up the valley nicely. I have got cloud as well, which is good because I'll get some nice movement in the clouds that are going across the peak that's across here, which is Tryfan or Tryfan. Correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And what I'm looking at here is this flow of water that starts well above me, and it meanders its way in a nice curve the whole way down the valley. And when I've got the camera set up here, I'm aiming to get a half a second exposure, because I do think that's going to be just enough to be able to get the water movement coming through. I don't want to freeze the water. I don't want it to be too long. I want to kind of keep the texture within the water itself, but also give it some flow. And it's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful location. I'm set up here. There's a lovely old tree as well. It's just on the left-hand side that kind of hugs the curve that the flow of the water as well is taking. And like I say, it's phenomenal. It's beautiful to look at. And now that I'm looking at the images that I'm seeing here, it is stunning. Really, really, really stunning. So I'll talk you through the settings that I have and the setup that I have in the camera. So I'm on my 16 to 35. I've got my Lee system on. I've got a 0.9 grad to contain the sky. And even though I don't need to really contain it because there's not much highlights that's there, it is still quite bright for the exposure that I want to do. I've got my polarizer as well on the front here because I want to take down the glare from the water as well. It's in front of me. I'll play around with that as well a bit, because what I might do is reverse the polarizer to get the darkening, because the sun is perfectly at 90 degrees where I'm shooting. So I'll try and get the darkening as well on the top of Tryfan here in front of me. Like I say, I'm going for a half a second exposure. I've got my ISO at 100 and I'm shooting at around 18 mil at the moment. So I'm just going to take a shot here. It's beautiful looking in on the back of the camera, and I think once I get the shots themselves done, it's going to create some absolutely beautiful images. You know, we're only still on the first day. This is the second location. The first location is where we went to Penman Lighthouse. If you haven't seen that, I'll link to that here. But here is beautiful. I've seen lots and lots of images. I do think as well I'm going to change in a moment, and I'm going to move away from the water that's here. I'll probably get one or two, I think, and then I'm going to aim for Tryfan that's in front of me here, because The light, once it hits the peak, it will be beautiful. So yeah, stunning shot. I'll play around here a bit more. I might try and get a bit closer as well to the water and kind of go for a non-traditional shot. But for now anyway, I'll pop the images that I have up here and we'll move on slightly, maybe up or maybe back down, just dependent on what the composition that I'll go for. I've come slightly higher up here and I've changed my composition to go to a portrait orientation, because what I've found here is so many different areas where the water is flowing, so much beauty in every single step that I've come along. But I've decided to do something which is, you can see Tryfan, I keep getting it wrong, but in front here. And the beauty of that is that it's a phenomenally imposing scene. So what it does do is it will fill the whole frame. I've got my camera set up that I'm actually composing it that it's going to be more or less in the top of the image, and in the bottom of the image then as well as the water that's flowing through. And because I'm using the polarizer as well, it is giving a really, really nice shot. I'm actually quite impressed looking at the back of the camera here. I want to really get this and start looking at it properly when I get home, but that's not going to be for a couple of days. But this area here is stunning. I said it earlier when I was in the lower part of the falls how beautiful it is. Even on this area right now, just with the light that I'm having here, there's nothing on the peak at the moment. I'm going to try and wait and hope that I can get some nice light and get a shot as well of the top of the peak here lighting up. Right now it's a small bit shrouded in cloud, but even at that, looking at the back of the camera, it's, I don't want to say the word stunning again, but it's stunning. It's beautiful. I'm also going to move along. I want to try and see if I can get that tree that I mentioned in the first positioning that I was at. I do think there's something I can compose nicely in that shot, which will keep me going through the whole area. But on this one right now, I'm at f14. I'm at a half a second. My ISO is at 100. I still have my 0.9 grad just from the for the control of the highlights, and I've got my polarizer as well turned so that it's taking any of the glare off, but allowing me as well to be able to keep that motion as well coming through on the shot. Beautiful, simple shot. Again, using the remote so that I don't have any shake. It's quite windy. I was out recording this. I was looking at the recording camera and it seemed to be moving. I was probably thinking it was going to topple over, but I have the tripod set up that it won't, hopefully. But I'll take the shot here and then I'll move on again and I'll try and find something else here in this stunning location. I decided against shooting that tree. It was quite difficult actually for me to get any separation from it. So Tryfan behind me was really being blocked out by the tree, and then I couldn't really see the tree either within the composition. So decided to do shooting the opposite way to have a look at the falls that are coming down from the top of the mountain. And I have a nice fall here in front of me. I would have shot it from above, but I wouldn't have been able to see the detail that's there. And it's starting off with a flow that's coming right through from here, and right at the top of that you've got a rock that's actually dissipating the water, so you're not getting such a big of a flow. And I think it's going to lead to a stunning image. It's going to lead again to I think a third good image from this location. The light now is starting to fade as well, so we're not going to get any sunset. So I'm just going to finish up here. I'm going to get a couple of more shots just to make sure that I can nail it. I might end up having to do some focus stacking as well to make sure I get the foreground sharp and the back sharp as well. But this place is amazing. I can imagine what it would be like on a patchy cloudy day. You'd get some beautiful light that would be on patterns going across the valley, across the way, and on the lake as well below. But really impressed with it. Really impressed. Second location has blown me away so far. I think I've gotten some lovely images, and I'll finish up this now. Thanks very much for watching, and as usual, if you do like the content, please do give me a comment and a like. It means a lot. Hit that subscribe button as well to be notified of the next set of episodes, because I'm going to be in the Snowdonia area now for the next 4 days, so I should be going to some beautiful locations that I would have mentioned earlier, and I'd love for you to come along on that journey with me. So from the Ogwen Valley, Slán go fóill.